it's been reported that Tesla in their 2021 models, that's Model Y and Model 3, they've added a component called heat pump. And this heat pump is capable of harnessing heat from the environment to heat up the cabin. So tonight, the temperature actually will go pretty low, even though now in the car, inside the garage, this car says 53 Fahrenheit. But tonight, the outside temperature will drop to about 24 Fahrenheit. That's about minus 4.4 Celsius. So it's pretty cold. I'm going to do a testing on this 2018 Model 3, which doesn't have a heat pump, to let it run to heat the inside cabin to a comfortable temperature for the purpose of camping, basically. So from here, we go to climate control, and then they have this option called camp mode. In terms of temperature, last time it was based on the mattress and sleeping bag and all that. It was to feel the optimal temperature at 65. So during the night at 65 degrees. All right. So now it's 8:13 p.m. and inside cabin on this Model 3 is 53 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're going to check around 10 hours or 12 hours, depending on how tomorrow morning things will go. So at this time on this Model 3, the battery has 178 miles left. So we're going to use the number of miles that the camp mode would cost as a basic measurement. All right. So on this one, again, 8:14 p.m. mileage for the battery is 178 miles. And after a while, this screen should turn into a really nice campfire. Again, now it's 8:15 p.m. This is a 2021 Model Y, which does have the heat pump as part of the components. Now it's about 8:17 p.m. and the current battery mileage is 334 miles left. All right, so we're going to remember these numbers. Now let me go to the climate control. The fan speed is at 1, but if I turn on camp mode, okay, fan speed is 3. We're going to turn into the same as the Model 3. Temperature back to 65 on both sides. So basically that's about it on this 2021 Model Y. So we're going to compare basically maybe after 12 hours tomorrow morning. I will come back to see how much battery on this car is left versus how much battery on the 2018 Model 3. The screen will show this nice campfire 15 minutes after the camp mode is set up. Following a short display of the campfire, the screen will then turn into blank. Actually, it's in dark color with this camp mode sign. And this actually is a change that wasn't the case before. Last time when we did the camping with the Model 3, the campfire screen actually stayed for the whole night. So before we went to sleep, I had to cover the screen with some clothing. And after the trip, we bought this screen cover, not for protecting the screen, but for covering the campfire display during the night. So apparently, at some point, Tesla had software update that corrected this. So that's a nice thing. All right, before we leave here, let's do a quick summary. On the Model 3, It has 178 miles left on the battery. Time now is roughly 8:20 p.m. And around the same time on the Model Y, it has 234 miles left on the battery. For both cars, we have turned on the camp mode, and as is shown here, this actually is pretty much identical on both cars. The climate control shows the target temperature is 65 degrees Fahrenheit. And we'll check back. So now it's in the morning, almost exactly 12 hours later. So last night we did that at around 8:20 p.m. Now is 8:20 a.m. So I'm in this Model 3. Unfortunately, it's right at the angle when the sun peers into the garage window. So this, remember last night, the screen goes to blank. In fact, it goes to black. And it has a safe mode. So touch to get to the regular screen. And so the mileage shows 127. So last night for this Model 3, it was 178. Wow. It's 50 miles. It's almost identical to when we last time actually camped outside in the Pennsylvania mountains. So we did that for 12 hours. And the cost of energy for heating up the cabin at 65 Fahrenheit temperature is exactly 50 miles battery cost. So now is identical. All right. The Model 3. So conclusion is it takes about 50 miles battery life to heat up the cabin for 12 hours. Now let's go to the Model Y to take a look at the situation. Now keep in mind that this Model 3 is a 2018 without the heat pump. Here's the Model Y. So let's first take a look at the miles left. So this is 217 miles after 12 hours. So now it's 8:24 a.m., a few minutes after 12 hours. So last night, let me take a quick note here. Last night, the Model Y is 234. So 234 miles. Now it is 217. Wow. Okay, so this is pretty amazing. This one on the Model Y, pretty much under the same condition as the 2018 Model 3 without heat pump. Model Y efficiency cost. So here for 12 hours of heating at the temperature of 65 Fahrenheit, the cost of battery life is 17 miles. Now, that's 17 miles versus the Model 3, 50 miles. It's a tremendous improvement. And that's so great. I'm so happy to see this result. All right. So 17 miles cost versus 50 miles for this car with the heat pump. We used the Model 3 last year to do camping, and it actually worked quite well. But later on, we decided to get a Model Y because the Model Y has a wider body. It's a little bit longer than Model 3, and it's much higher than the Model 3. So we haven't got a chance to go out camping, but knowing all the numbers of the efficiency, and this really improves that particular utility of this car. I simply cannot wait to have the opportunity to enjoy that out in the wild for camping. And beyond that, we can also expect the vehicle to be much more efficient in winter driving as the heating for the cabin becomes more efficient. And this is especially important because unlike a gas car, electric vehicle during winter driving relies on the battery to heat the cabin for a comfortable environment, whereas the gas car can simply draw the heat generated by the engine at no cost for the same purpose. So Model Y now has this heat pump that really improves the use of energy. Okay, I hope this provides some useful information for you. If you like it, please hit the like button and also subscribe. Thank you.